What are the pros and the cons of the Neymar transfer? At this stage, I think we all know what's happening with Neymar, right? We know that he wants to leave PSG. We know that Barcelona is one of his main destinations. And we also know it's a pain in the ass to keep covering this news week in and week out. Having said that, this will be the last video I will make on Neymar unless there's anything that really calls out for my attention. So I wanted to spend my last few minutes talking about the Brazilian, more specifically about the good, the bad, and the ugly that may come with his move if he does in fact decides to return to Barcelona and if a move can actually come to fruition. So in this video we're going to be breaking that down, giving you some positive, giving you some negatives, and hopefully you enjoy it. And before we start off this video, be sure to check out our friends at BugaLuisFC. Links are going to be in the description down below. They offer many benefits like having Barcelona's newest jersey, pretty cool. Needless to say, they're not authentic kits, but their aim is to make supporting your favorite club more accessible than ever. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están, boys? Here, welcome back to another video here on the channel, and I just want to start off by talking about the benefits. I think there are not as many as you think, of course. I think that the Neymar signing is a little bit more geared toward the bad things, but I want to be indifferent here by just giving you all of the things for you to make your own judgment. So the bonus things, the positives of getting Neymar is that first of all, he brings that flashy football back. He brings the dribbles, the one-on-ones, being able to break down the defenses with amazing skills. That is Neymar, and that is football for some people. For me, yeah, it sort of is. You know, football is about being entertained at the end of the day. It's about being able to win stuff, but win it in a good manner, you know? And I think that bringing back Neymar can help us reinstate that. Someone like Coutinho and Dembélé were brought in to surplus the gaps that he left behind, kind of like the, you know, dribble into the middle and just taking past defenders, opening them up, shearing up defenses. But Coutinho hasn't been able to reach that level, and Dembélé still has time to develop. So it's now sort of on the board to see, do they want to wait on someone like Dembélé or have an immediate impact like Neymar? The second reason that I would bring Neymar back is that he can outshine Messi in certain circumstances. And you're going to be like, what? He said that he can outshine Messi. Yeah, he can. Of course, he's not the best player in the world, you know, he will never be that. But what I mean is that he, in certain moments when Messi do not reaches that level in a game where he's tired, he's injured, he's not there, there's always someone to step up to the field and complete this role. I take you back to the game against Real Madrid, 5-1, Luis Suarez, hat-trick. I take you back to La Remontada, Messi was playing kind of thereabouts, but Neymar managed to step up with 2 goals and then 1 assist. So that's the key, you know? That's what I mean. Neymar is that sort of player, is of that caliber. I don't think there are too many players of that caliber. I don't think Griezmann is of that caliber. I think Griezmann is a very good, tremendous player, you know? But he's sort of the guy who reinforces the idea that you want to play. Griezmann brings a lot of utility to your team in the forward line, goals, assists, everything. Defensive work rates, it helps you overall, but he doesn't give you anything bonus. I don't think he does that. Maybe you disagree against me, but that's what I think. I think Neymar gives you something different to that. So yeah, I think that bringing back Neymar could help us in those certain situations. I'm not saying that we would have lost against Liverpool. I didn't say that we would have won if we had Neymar on the field against Roma. What I'm saying is that perhaps in those very first legs, we could have scored a little bit more. We could have been much more decisive. That's the sort of thing that you get when you bring back Neymar. And then the last positive which I'm thinking of is that we will be getting a lot of sponsors, a lot of money, because Neymar is simply like that, you know? Neymar has a huge influence no matter where he goes, in fashion, social media, whatever. He has that, and money will be coming in, and that's good at the end of the day for a club like Barcelona, and Neymar gives you that in a positive sense. There's not too much for me to comment on this, but we have to take into account because clubs do look at this when they're making signings. They thought that Dembélé, Coutinho were gonna do that. Kinda they did. Dembélé much more than Coutinho, but Neymar, you bring him in, and man, Neymar is literally one of the top 3 players when he gives you to that, like, really high up, even more than Messi, I would say. Moving on now to the bad things, which are bad because there are things that can be fixed. They're not ugly, which is of course worse, but they all have an asterisk next to them because are things that Barcelona can generally improve on even if we sign Neymar. The very first one of those is the investment that you make on him. I already commented how much money he will be bringing in, but you also have to take into account how much money we will have to offload if we want to get Neymar. There have been many talks about different ways of getting this deal done, like a loan with an obligation to buy later on, kind of like an Mbappé deal, or kind of straight swaps between Coutinho, Rakitic, and other players here and there, plus cash. In all honesty, yeah, I think that bringing back Neymar from this reason is good enough. Barcelona don't have the money, and if they don't have the money, they cannot bring Neymar. That's how it's going to happen. That's how it's going to be. So we must be very careful on what we're going to be doing, because if we did manage to invest the money right now, you know, pay right up, swap players, whatever, then fine, but we won't be able to do things next season. And the very same thing next season, we won't be able to have enough money to promote players, to invest in the youth, to do whatever, I don't know, here and there. There's not enough money. It can affect you in many different aspects of your hierarchy of your club. So they have to think very much, make the numbers, make the math, if it's actually good. I do not know them. As you know, I freaking fail math. I'm horrible with math. But I guess that someone at Barcelona knows that whether bringing back Neymar is positive or negative from a financial standpoint to Barcelona. Right now, for me, it's a bad. I do not see how it's going to happen. We do not have the money, literally. There is no money in our pockets. In a bad thing, but this time around much more sporting-wise, we are talking about people not getting the options to play, and especially the youngsters. Abel Ruiz and then Carles Perez would just be scrapped off completely. And the people who are already in the first team, like Dembélé and Griezmann, maybe even Suarez, one of them will have to be benched, because I think Neymar will be coming in and he will be demanding a starting position, and the club, the hierarchy, whatever, they're going to be also demanding that he plays. So there's so much pressure now on Valverde on who to bench, who to play, that ultimately can affect other signings and investments we've made. Dembélé could value go down if he doesn't play. The very same thing with Griezmann. And Luis Suarez at this stage, for me, that's the guy to bench. But it's not up to me. He still has a lot of power in the dressing room and a lot more power than Valverde, and that's what I'm worried. Right now, players have more power than Valverde, and that's how it is. If we bring back Neymar, the power goes to the players and not the manager, how it should normally be. And finally, ultimately going to the ugly things, it's kind of like a reinforce of that. The morale, the message, the structure of the club, everything will be destroyed if we bring back Neymar. Everything. I'm talking absolutely everything. The youth, what will they be thinking? I work my ass off every single day to play. Better off I should go to PSG like Xavi Simons, you know? Or maybe I should go to Dortmund like Mateus Morai. I should go to other places where I actually get game time and know I can progress. People like the league already have rejected Barcelona because they knew we won't be getting enough chances. The problems are not only in the forward line, who to play, who to bench. They also happen in the defense, in the midfield, and maybe you could say even to the goalkeeper to some stage. So that's what I mean. That's what I'm worried about. What message are you sending? In terms of morale, people like Frankie de Jong can be start to wonder. He might be joining a Barcelona team, which is not what he wanted initially, because he starts to realize that this team is a team where performances don't reign supreme over names, how it normally should be. Names here have the power, and I'm very worried that you bring back Neymar and Messi, Suarez, Griezmann, Piqué, Busquets, Jordi Alba, all of the big names in this team will just continuously be playing and playing and playing and playing and playing, and will happen to what we've been seeing with Rakitic this season. Before De Jong comes, he goes like, oh, my position is guaranteed. Even before that, he goes like, I play every single game, and then he becomes the favorite of manager, and then he's not able to be dropped or whatever, and then you start hurting the team overall. You can even change formations in bringing Neymar, because who will be benched? I don't think they will be benching anyone. The only capable of being benched is what I said, Suarez, but he won't. And Dembélé just because he's young, because he doesn't have that power in the dressing room. So you see what I mean? Neymar can affect everything and be a catalyst, and that's what I'm worried. Not perhaps from the move directly, but all of the circumstances and consequences it will bring later on. So be very careful, Barcelona. You gotta be thinking that if you want to bring Neymar to be able to decrease this impact of morality structure that will be destroyed, other things has to be fixed first. Higher up, guys, higher up. We would be wasting 2 years of Barcelona. Simple, 2 years wasted if we bring back Neymar. Literally 2 years wasted. We sell Neymar, we bring back Neymar. What happened in the middle? Literally nothing. Literally nothing happened in the middle. We won a Copa del Rey, we won a Liga, which is fine, all perfect and dandy. It's just time, literally. But no players progressed. No player reached an incredible level. No one became a new contender, a new starter for our side. We won nothing. In that sense. I don't mean trophies and silverware. I mean like in players. nothing really happened. The same players, and that's worrying for me. Really, really worrying. We could be getting kind of like what happened with Real Madrid now, where all of the players are decreasing at the same time, and that's something which Barcelona can be going to, and it's not good. It's not a good place to be, not a good place to be like Real Madrid is now.